Hello, boys and girls. It is story time. And today's story is about the great flood. Yes, the great flood. And we find the story in the book of Genesis, chapter 6, 7, and 8. And God said to Noah that a great flood would come and cover the earth. Build a wooden ark, a boat big enough for your family and many animals. And God gave Noah the exact instructions which he was to follow. And God said to Noah, the end of all flesh shall come before me. See, God had been angry with the people because they had become so sinful. They failed to follow God's instructions. And so he gave Noah the exact instructions on what to do and how to do. He said to him, make thee an ark of gopher wood and make plenty of rooms for thee and thy family and all the animals. See, God had a plan that if everyone had followed his instructions and they had decided to get onto the ark, that they all would have been saved. So God told Noah to build this big boat called an ark. And he preached for 120 days, 120 years, telling them about God's plan that soon he would destroy the earth because of all the sin that had occurred. And so he said, take into the ark animals. And he gave them specific instructions on what animals to take and how to take. Of every clean beast thou shalt take thee by seven, the male and his female, and of all the beasts that are not clean, two, the male and the female. And they, the animals, entered into the ark, and so did Noah and his family. In the end, after 120 years, it is so sad that only Noah and his family entered into the ark. Even though there had to be other people who built the ark, no one else chose to enter into the ark. No, not one other person decided to enter into the ark. And so, behold, I even do bring a flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh. That's everybody. Wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. Yes, God sent this great flood, and all the people of the earth, except for Noah's family, decided not to get into the ark. Yes, that was a great mistake that they all chose not to get into the ark. For yet 7 days will I cause it to rain upon the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will be destroyed. God gave them a week to decide if they would get into the ark or not. And they chose not to get into the ark. And the rains came. The rains came. And it came. And it came. And it came. And it came. And all of God's people ended up choosing not to get into the ark, was destroyed. Yes, the rain just swept them away. They did not get into the ark. And God said to them, for 7 days I will cause it to rain upon the earth, the 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made I will destroy. And also he sent forth a dove after the 40 days it came. And it says, after 40 days, Noah opened the windows he had made in the ark and sent out a raven and kept back. And it kept back from forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out the dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove returned back. It did not find dry land. And so the dove came back into the ark. Then after 7 days, Noah decided to send the ark out send the dove out a second time. And as it went out the second time, guess what? He found that there was dry land. Yes, the dove returned back with an olive branch, signifying that the waters had receded and that the earth was now safe for them to inhabit. And God had wiped away all the waters, and the animals departed the ark, and Noah and his family, and God sent forth a rainbow to signify that he would never destroy the earth again with water. We serve a loving God. And so anytime you see a rainbow, you should know that that's God's special message saying, even though it's raining, the rainbow is my promise that I will not destroy the earth with water again. And so we're thankful for the blessings of God, that he loves us so much that he gave his son Jesus, that we may have an opportunity when this world is destroyed to be with him forever and ever. Praise God for his son, Jesus Christ. I pray you enjoyed this story about the flood.